Welcome back to Uruk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominions 5, Warriors of the Faith. And things are going pretty well for us at this point. It is late fall in the year 0 of the Ascension Wars, and the Enkidu are awaiting the arrival, or at least the completion of her task, of Ursula, who is apparently the unsleeping goddess, queen of dirt. Well, I mean, she's definitely dirty, but not in like an earth way, more like in a personality type way, and also the goddess of animals. Okay, I mean, there's worse titles, there could be better ones, but before we get started, I just want to let those of you know who are just here for Dominions and don't have familiarity with my channel that you definitely want to check down in the comments, because we have a lot of people who are writing some really amazing stories down in the comments that have to do with the game, and they're really fleshing out the lore of the world. I like to think of my Let's Plays and this channel as it is today as more of a collaborative effort, and I'm not kidding. The stories in the comments right now are really, really good. They have good characterization, good themes. Right now, if you just glance down at them, you can see interesting stories regarding some of our soldiers and how they're getting accustomed to life on the battlefield, or just little slice of life stories of merchants. There's even one about a tax collector going around raising funds for his NC in order to pay for the war effort. One of our citizens has an attempt to go to the Cloudbreakers, accidentally stumbled into Polgrave, and now is at the throne, being tended to by the throne's guardian while helping keep the barbarians out. There's a heart-rending tale of our one only casualty in that first ever conflict of the movement into the Cloudbreakers. Just really good stuff. So if you're interested, I'd like you to go down there and look at those stories in the comments. They're very good. I love to have them. And also, just like you would like the episodes, I'd like you to like those stories as well, so they can kind of move up to the top and get the attention they deserve. So if you could do that for me, I would truly appreciate that. And for all of you who do contribute, and for those who may be considering contributing in the future, you have my most heartfelt gratitude. But now, back to the story of the Enkidu and Ursula. So, we're doing okay. We've got Agartha here to the southeast, and of course, Yis. That was, in the comments, that was the consensus of how to pronounce them, Yis, down to the south. They don't appear to be moving north, but they do appear to be moving kind of here to the east. I am a little nervous, because one of the things I like the most about having two separate bodies of water on this map is that it made it easier for we, the Enkidu, to get into one. But if Yis is available to go to this other body of water and dominate it, then we're going to be in serious trouble, because if you look here, between these two bodies of water, they can pretty much attack anywhere in the entire world, which is why water provinces are so formidable. Alright, so the plan is we're moving Berlandus and his army down into Seborrhea, along with Nergalaresh and his army from Sinextro. Meanwhile, we have Lautaro going down to build a fortress in order to solidify our gains. And again, the reason why we're choosing Sinextro is because it's next to the throne primarily, but also the income is high and the population is high. If you look at the countries nearby, even this farmland province here, the population is lower. You really want to build cities if you can on high population provinces, because that leads to more income for you and more recruitment points, which is really important. Looks like Barad-ur found some Amazons and Jade Maidens here in Gwyneth Mercs, and he's heading up to Assad, which is a regular plain province. There's also the Queen Forest, but we're bypassing it for now. Here at home, everyone is researching again. Oh, I haven't recruited. Okay. Well, I'm going to have Berlandus come back. We're only about 5 months until Ursula arrives. So what we're going to start doing now is we're going to start recruiting our sacreds to kind of mass them up. And I'm going to recruit someone to bless them, one of our N2s. And in addition to that, we'll get some bodyguards. One of Ursula's chief advisors, Chris, says that in general, our Royal Guard are really great frontline soldiers, as well as bodyguards, and in many cases outclass all of our other troops. So he feels that we should focus our attention on recruiting more of them, especially because they're not really that much more expensive, only 4 gold and 1 resource more expensive. But Ursula would like probably a more well-rounded army, incorporating numerous different types of units, but definitely we'll probably be seeing a lot more Enkidu Royal Guard than was initially intended. All right, anybody else? Nope, everybody's been led. Our research is well planned out for a while, so let's go. Uh-oh, a message from Pythium. We hereby declare war on your unholy nation. I don't even know where they are. But apparently, despite wherever they are declaring war on us. And there is a battle in Seborrhea. This is our combined might. Let's see how it goes. There were some notes in the comments about showing a bit more of the battle display. And I'm hesitant to do that because it takes up this big corner of the screen. And see how fast it moves? It's very hard to really see what's going on. But for this battle, at least, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. Just to kind of give you, the viewer, an idea of what information is available to us. Alright. This army is a bit heavy on the archers and a bit light on the infantry, but we'll see how things go. Obviously, the reason for that is the infantry are much more likely to take casualties in battle. See, I feel like this moves way too fast for me to get any valuable information out of it. I see a lot of green, which I think is good for us. I think that means we're doing good things. The priest is coming to the battle along with the commander. Bad idea. We just hit him with an arrow. And now he is dead. Alright, now we're hitting the friendly fire phase of the battle. And I think they're done for. No, are they still fighting? No, I think they're done for. I think we're just gonna get some friendly fire going on here. Alright, so let's see. Yes, Stanibor is still around. So they had 3 commanders. Don't know why they needed that many. We lost an Enkidu Spearman, another Enkidu Spearman. But that's it, really. Berlandus has 12 experience. That's really good. Especially because Berlandus isn't actually attacking anyone. He's just earth-gripping people, which is great. I wish he... Again, I mentioned in a previous episode that I wish there would be a setting to just say, cast this one spell as long as you can, because he would have been much more effective had he continued to cast Earth Grip, rather than quickening himself, blessing people who weren't even sacred, and wholly avenging himself. Now, Sermon of Courage, I guess, is useful. But again, it would just make things a little bit easier to plan out. Nargalaresh took out a militia, 13 points of damage. 10 points of damage on a heavy infantry. That probably killed the heavy infantry. 1 point of damage and 9 points. Depending on if this commander was already hit, it will tell you whether or not that was a kill. I mean, we'll find out after the battle. So yeah, Nargalaresh actually killed 3. Our archers killed 6. Soldiers 3. And our spearmen took the brunt of the attack, but also the brunt of the casualties. We lost 2, which actually isn't that bad. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now we have an interesting treat. We get to see the forces of Yis fighting off against the Independents. Let's see how good they are. Okay, this is in the Farmland Province. Okay, so what do we have so far? Actually, I'm going to get rid of this here. How about just detailed? Maybe that'll be a little bit better for us. All right, so first off, they have Isian Man at arms. Okay, I was like, Isian Man. Okay, well, okay, that makes sense. At arms. So these are what are called marrows. They are essentially... I'm not sure what they are. They're like ugly, fish-eyed merfolk, kind of. This description here kind of tells you what they are. But, so you could think of Yis as a country that is an underwater country of these fishmen that is ruled by Tuatha, or like glamorized spirits. They're very, very closely related to the Vanir of Vanheim. And they, I guess they are just the bosses of these guys. And so that's kind of how the nation is. It's a collection of those. So then you see we have a Knight of Yis. So those also are marrows. Let's see if they brought any of their Yeah, they did. Oh, I hate these guys right here. These guys suck. And when I say that, I mean they're awesome and terrible and just completely wreck us. But they're called Morvark Knights. And they are Tuatha. So they have glamour. They can sail. I guess they can move in the snow, which is great. They are sacred but not blessed, which is too bad because I'd like to see what the blessing confers upon them. But not only can they attack with their golden lance, which is a magical weapon, by the way, so that also hits ethereal soldiers of ours, like as if they were nothing. But they also have a fiery breath horse attack, which is magic as well, and a hoof, which thank goodness that isn't magic. They're pretty well protected. Look at their defense here, though. 20. That's almost impossible to hit by anyone in our army, even our sacred troops. So the only way to really take these guys out, I've found historically, is either to completely overwhelm them by sheer numbers or to raise their fatigue by casting stellar fires or other, I don't think stellar cascades or other spells that cause their fatigue to go up. Because as their fatigue goes up, they're more susceptible to critical hits and things like that. But otherwise, they are just completely rough. Their protection is good. Their attack is good. Their strength is more than a human. Not quite Enkidu level. Or actually, probably it is. So as you can see here, they're hard to see. They just make my life sad. Let's see. You'll see how they just tear this infantry apart. Yeah, see that? Just exploding them in giant walls of flames. They're incredibly good flankers. We're going to take out this poor commander. Yep, and he's done. I mean, it's just sheer carnage. Like, some nations are designed for defense. That's our Ur. You know, our troops they'll hold the line. They're strong. They have a lot of hit points. But they're not going to be just tearing enemies apart like these guys do. So it'll be a fun challenge. And by fun, I mean absolutely terrifying when we fight these guys on the battlefield. Anything else that I missed? No, just the knights, the Morvark Knights. Is there a commander somewhere around here? Isian commander. They are amphibious, but otherwise unremarkable. But pretty much every single person in their entire army has better defense than our troops. I don't think we go above like 11. Yeah, they just wrecked these guys. So where is Silbermark? Oh, there's a death match. I never participate in death matches, but I wonder if I should in this case. Who would want to go to a death match? Okay, Silbermark. No, but seriously. Oh, duh. I saw it was the flying ants right here. Alright, so they're going to get in our way. I mean, right now, Pythium has declared war on us, despite the fact that we don't even know where they are. But these guys aren't just going to sit idle. But at least, oh, there's one candle here, though it might be an Agarthan candle. What we need to do is, do we have any scouts? Yeah, I think we have a scout in Silbermark. Let's get the scout out of there, and let's actually go to Desert of Visions, which should tell us who is an Embracer, if Eos has made it to them yet. Meanwhile, Trip Fields is going to head on over to the throne here. He will not be able to tell what kind of throne it is, but at least he's proven that the throne is still neutral. And Agartha hasn't really done much in the southward direction, so it looks like all this area is ripe for our conquest. Looks like Yis hasn't gone down to South Alar yet. They might be in Genom, though. Can't really tell. Alright, well, we're in Seborrhea. What we are going to do is, as I said, Berlandis is going to give all of his people to Nergal Aresh. We're definitely infantry light here. We have way too many archers. But that's alright, Nergal needs all the troops he can get. Has his heroic ability gotten better? I guess we'll find out by looking at it. How is his encumbrance? Chest wound +5. It doesn't talk about his heroic ability, though. Would that be in... Oh, reinvigoration. So it's 4. I think that's higher. I think that's 1 point higher than it used to be. I think it was at 3, right? So he is slowly getting better. I wish it would be a bit more clear about how many different levels of the heroic ability. Because it says here, will become increasingly better while it remains, but that doesn't really tell you how much better it is. Plus, his experience could be causing some of it, too. Regardless, Berlandis, you're going to head back home. Fulgrim, you're going to search for magic sites. And actually, since we're getting an N2 Casual Dread, you're going to go with him. Why? Because Casual Dread has 2 Astral. and Ursula, praise her, doesn't have water or astral. So Ursula combined with these two will pretty much get us everything that we can get. Now, it was brought to my attention, I did not know this, that in Dominions 5, there actually are some magic sites now that you cannot find with a level 4 search. There's a couple that are level 5 and a couple that are level 6. Not very many, I think there's less than 10 total, and they're not that good, honestly. You'd think they'd be amazing, but really they're not that much better than your regular sites. So I'm not too worried about it, but now it means that with my 2 in these different paths, there's a good chance we're going to miss some pretty good sites. So we might want to, later in the game, if we're low on gems, go back over these territories with higher level, but we'll see how that goes. Since she is a 2-turn recruitment, she's going to stay there. We'll fill up our quotient there, and I think we have enough bodyguards. I'm just going to throw out some spearmen. Here's why I like the spearmen, okay? They have a defense skill of 11, and their spear is length 3, which means they could theoretically repel an attack of the enemy, whereas the swordsmen, they have a better defense, but they have a length 1 attack. Now, Chris believes that in Dominions 5, repel is overrated. It's not as good as it could be. And definitely having a little bit of extra defense is good too. Let's see, their attack is 11. See what I was saying about how our attack isn't that great? These are our best units, and their attack is 11. Even these guys are only 11. Now, when they're Berserk, I think that goes up to 12. But still, nothing compared to those Ysians. Those filthy Ysians. All right, so, Lautaro, what I want you to do is you're going to construct a city palisades, and we're going to get you some province defense to kind of watch your back here. I think it's worth spending all the way up to 21. It's not going to stop a concerted attack, but Yis doesn't seem to have much here, so hopefully we could squeeze this out before they notice it. 5 months, that's a pretty long time, but we'll see. So we're kind of stuck here, though, because these two are across the river. So now I have to make a decision with Nergal. I could go down... No, I'm not going to fight knights. So I could go up, waste a turn. Well, not waste a turn, but spend a turn walking, and then hit up this western area. Or I could spend a turn walking back to Amberfields and go Annika, and then try to grab Jome before Yis does. They might already have it, but I don't know. So, decisions. I think, though, that because we have this nice little mountain range here protecting our western front, that probably isn't our best interest to take this area right here, just because they're only 2 steps away from our capital, and it'll lead us to Isurian eventually, which would be a good place to build another fort. Look at the population there, 14,000, and an income of 137. Plus, it will allow us to mass troops on the border of the sea. Oh wow, this is under enemy dominion too? We're going to have to find out if there's anybody in this ocean. I'm getting a little nervous about it. Alright, Barad-dûr. Actually, you're going to do that. Let's go to this place, and then I'll let you see who's in Lake Vastness, if anyone. Let's see who's guarding the Throne of Iron Peaks with him. Okay, Nergal, that's what we're going to do with you. We're going to... Yeah, we're going to go there. Alright, so Casual Dread's moving to search. We're looking pretty good here. Our research is terrible, but hopefully we'll get better at that. He's searching in Stonegrave. Alright. I wonder where Pythium is. Sometimes they declare war on you from, like, halfway across the world, and you'll never actually fight them. Oh, I didn't send someone to the arena. That's okay. It'll be fun for us to watch. So Fulgrim didn't find anything in Stonegrave Mountains. That's really too bad. Nergal-Aresh, 1 unit died. Alright, let's look at the arena. First, we have Tian Chi versus Agartha. Oh, wow, they redid the arena. I haven't seen the arena since Dominions 4. What the heck? It's in the middle of the ocean with a bunch of random cubes floating around. Okay. I guess the Dominions is going through its cubist period. What do we got? We have... I don't like this new font. I don't know if this is a D or a P. I think it's Do. Could be a Y. Or O? Usian Ku? Or Disian Ku? Oh, here we go. It's an H. I mean, come on, look at this, folks. Is this an H? Okay, whatever. Oh, good thing this is a hero or whatever, so I could see, So they threw in one of their immortal heroes. Now, that's stupid, because if this guy dies, well, I guess... Well, nope, he wouldn't be immortal here, in the arena. I don't know if that was a good idea, guys. they got this great hero, and they're risking him. Or her, actually. She's a young lady who dreamed that Mother of Pearl would give her immortality, living on a diet of Mother of Pearl and moonbeams. Oh, that's filling, I guess. No wonder she's so skinny. She gradually turned ethereal and finally became an immortal. Now she floats from mountaintop to mountaintop, collecting magical herbs. Her skill in healing is well known, and she gladly helps wounded soldiers recover from their afflictions. All right. Then over here we have just some random One Earth Reader. This is a research mage, essentially. All right. Theodoric's probably going to get just completely jacked here. He blessed himself. Oh, cool. That'll tell us what the... Oh, it won't. Oh, there we go. Morale +1. So, okay, Agartha doesn't have any kind of a bless to worry about. What's she doing? She's just spelling herself up. Case throwing some shards at her. She's ethereal and immortal, dude. I mean, come on. A little bit better. Okay, she cast a Vine Arrow at him, I think. And now she's webbing him. This is the most exciting grudge match I've ever seen. But now she's trying to put him to sleep. Did she succeed? Oh, his morale is out. The armies of Agartha are routed. So she managed to win without actually really doing that much damage to him. Well, his hit points were down to 3. I guess that's fair. Now we have Yis and Vanarus. Wow, am I the only nation that didn't submit a champion? Ursula is a serious goddess. She doesn't have time for these frivolous games. So, for some reason, Is, despite having glamorous troops and amazing troops, is sending just this random guy who's just a marrow. Meanwhile, they're fighting. So that'd be awesome if they would have sent a Tuatha, because then it would have been a Tuatha versus a Van. Whatever. You'll notice they have blood and death magic, so that's kind of tough, and fire magic. So these guys are like the anti-Uruk. But at least they're going to fight it out. There we go. They're frightening each other. My money's on the Van. Okay, this is going way too slow. Come on, guys. I don't know about these arena battles. Really fast. Ludicrous speed. Okay, yep, the Van just said, enough of this pointing with the stick. We're just gonna lightning bolt him. Alright. Ariu and Pythium. So, for Ariu, we have a Tuatha. So there's a lot of Tuathas and Fey creatures in this world that Ursula's going to have to contend with. They have Glamour, Inspiration. They are stealthy. They have Spell Singer, which just means they cast spells really, really slow. This is a basic mage, a she champion. Just air and earth, or sorry, nature. Over here we have Hector Stark. So this is a mercenary. They sent well, he's a heroic mercenary, but a mercenary nonetheless. See how this goes. My money's on the Tuatha. But I guess if they lose the mercenary, it's no big deal. Yeah. Lightning Bolt seems to be the big winner here at the arena. Now we have Tian Chi and Ariu. Alright, so we got that immortal herb gatherer versus the minor level Tuatha. I will gather herbs on your mother's grave, ha 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 ha. Actually, she's more interested in casting spells. Oh, is this going to be another one of those long range? Alright, more webs. She actually got him. He was webbed. That's got a smart, being a Tuatha. Alright, they're both ethereal. Let's speed this one up a little bit more. This one might go for a while. Trying to put each other to sleep. There's some vine arrows. He tangled her up. Not bad. Not bad. I don't know who's going to win this one. This is some riveting entertainment here. Oh, entangled her again. So she's obviously suffering some She's down. No, I think 9 was the number of hit points she started out with. But she is fatigued out, so she can't even move. No, this is why this is going so slow. He does still have some energy. But for the most part, they're just tiring each other out. I wonder if being fatigued affects your morale. 14? Doesn't seem like it. 10. He might win just by causing her to run. I don't know if she dies at that point. I think she does. And then they lose their immortal hero. That was a big risk, Tian Chi. I don't know if I necessarily support that. Oh, he hit her with something, didn't he? Nope. She's fine. This is like the fastest speed that it goes. Really, folks, you could do better than this. Alright, enough. We're just going to find out. Alright, so she died. So they lost their immortal. Which was really stupid on their part. The she won. Alright. Now, finally, Machaka steps in. I don't know, I guess Machaka got the, well, in football, what do they call it? The bye? Or whatever? Where they're like, they don't commit until all the other ones have already fought. So Machaka has a Hunter Lord. So this is like their highest strength spider rider. These are the biggest spiders. They're like giant tarantulas with a dude with a spear on top. And he's wearing full plate mail. Great defense. Good speed. Great protection. Great morale. All in all, this is a solid unit, and it's sacred. They're not going to bless it here, but... And there's Fjolnir. He's wholly avenging himself, which is actually pretty good. Doesn't say here what that does, but essentially I think it means if anybody strikes him, that bolt of fury lashes out at them. Alright, so he's scared. I'd be scared too if a giant tarantula attacked me. Lightning bolt didn't... Oh, he killed the rider. Now it's just the tarantula. And the tarantula's running. Alright, so the Fae units are definitely doing well. So now we have Vanarus again, this time versus Bandar Log. I don't know why Bandar Log doesn't get involved in the battle until this guy's already fought twice, but hey, whatever. So, of course, we have this guy. We're familiar with him. And Bandar Log just sent their most basic of basic guys, their Vanara champion. This is gonna be a slaughter. Bandar Log just sent this guy to die. Yeah, end of that. Alright, so it's between Ariu and Vanarus. So we have Glamoured Tuatha versus Glamoured Veneer. Come on, guys. Let's fight this one out. Okay, we've got some skeletons on the way. Oh. My money's on the horseman. Always bet on the horseman. Well, he got rid of the skeleton. Okay, they're holy wording each other, I guess. So far, he's not really doing anything offensive. Got another skeleton on the way. Took a little bit of damage there from that banishment. Stellar Decree took him out. Okay. Summon storm power, but there's no storm. Did hit him with a lightning bolt, I think. No damage. So he's tired out. Okay. I mean, I guess this guy's just going to keep sending skeletons, and this guy's just going to keep killing them. Right, a web. Stellar Decree. I mean, it would be pretty embarrassing if this guy got taken out by a long dead. The Holy Word, did that do any damage? No, it didn't. 14 hit points, and he has 15. Alright, I think this is going to go till the end of the battle. I don't think either one of these guys are pretty good. Yeah. So let's just find out. I was right. Fjolnir the Vanabog won the arena deathmatch in the name of Python, god of Vanarus, father of the gods, the fortifier, the earth monster, king of patience. Yeah, why couldn't they given these awesome titles to Ursula instead of, like, Queen of Dirt or whatever? Come on. Alright, well, guys, I'm sorry that arena match took so long for no good result. Okay, it is now winter, which means these rivers are crossable. Oh, shoot. Well, actually, it's not winter down here, so this still isn't crossable. Here's how you can tell, just real quick. See how it's light blue as opposed to the dark blue? So that's how you can tell that this is a now passable river. So during the wintertime, we are definitely vulnerable. We should be considered about that. All right, Annika, we could take that. He's moving up. Casual Dread is going to search. Fulgrim is going to... What is Fulgrim going to do? I really want to go to the Cloud Breakers, since magic sites are much more likely to be found in mountain or highland provinces. But I think this city, Erebon, actually is... Yeah, it's also a mountain in addition to a plains. You know, that's one thing I don't know. I don't know how they affect each other. Because see how this says low resources and fewer magic sites? But then you go here and it says excellent resources and more magic sites. So the question is like, okay, well, which one takes preponderance here? Or is it just kind of an average? Regardless, Fulgrim's going to go over here. All right. We're going to recruit 4 more of these ladies. And actually another one of these Eristingers. Since one of them's site searching, we probably need another one to kind of guard the homeland. And more spearmen. All right. So as soon as he gets back, then we'll have an army ready to go. And hopefully by then Ursula will arrive. We are in the middle of winter, so next turn it's possible she'll get back. And then we'll be able to take the throne. Alright, so he's still building the city. Actually, we forgot to put our token province defense in all these recently conquered places. It just helps against, like, spies and stuff. Although I've never actually seen the AI try to conquer a province using just a spy. Okay, so Embracer still belongs to the neutrals, and it looks like Agartha is fighting back. Or no, they're not. It was Desert Divisions and Thodaz that they had. Alright, so Jome is still available. We can still possibly grab it. We'll have Madamu go over there. Centania is just heavy infantries, heavy cavalries. Let's head up to Impassable Mountains. White Forest. Alright, so we have him coming, so we know this is just militias, heavy infantries, and archers, so it must be a level 1 throne. Where's the next closest one? Okay, up here. So we'll head on over to the Silver Woods with him. Alright, oh yeah. Okay, folks. So if this isn't the level 3 throne, then this is. This is Zeus, the Titan of Heaven, along with Springhawks, which are just insane. They're ethereal and they fry everybody with lightning bolts. Icarids, militias, heavy infantries, and griffins. Alright, so here's the thing, though. This is probably a level 1 throne. But one of these two has to be the level 3, and the other one would probably have to be the level 2. So we're talking, we only need 7 points to win. And this is 3 plus 2, 4, 5, plus 1, 6. So just by taking these 3 thrones in our general vicinity, we're only 1 throne away from victory. Which could be this one, or this one, I suppose. Although, maybe this is just too much to risk an army losing when we're fighting our enemies. Maybe we'll eventually have to go and claim further afield thrones because these ones are just too powerful to stop. But what's good about them, at least, is they're preventing Yis from getting a real foothold in our Southlands. Because there's only 3 areas they could go. We've got 1. This one has knights protecting it. So that's actually kind of helpful for us. They're serving as a buffer. But now we know what this is. Let's go check out this throne up here. We'll go to Gnome Peaks. See if we can get a peek at some gnomes. Research is still just not happening at all. It's alright, though. Alright, so we have Melamu. Melamu, who are you going to be? We haven't really named anybody, have we? Melamu is going to be Aga of Kish. Alright, Melamu has 1 earth, so she can iron skin and stone skin herself. 1 water, so she can frozen heart if she wants to, or cast liquid body, which is even better. So this person here, Aga, could do all kinds of crazy stuff just to buff herself up. She can body ethereal. Now, I like liquid body personally better than body ethereal, because body ethereal doesn't absolutely have to affect the unit who's casting it. It's a spell that affects 1 square. Now, a lot of the time, that square includes the caster, but sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes you might be casting Body Ethereal for the sole purpose of making her ethereal, and she'll not do it. Whereas Liquid Body is the caster only, so at least you're guaranteed that your caster gets protected. But they both kind of do the same thing. They both make them harder to hit with non-magical weapons, although Liquid Body also slows them down and lowers their strength. But again, Enkidu has high strength, and she's not going to be punching people. She's sitting in the back casting spells, particularly holy spells. So while these magic paths are fun and good for defense, I'm not, like, for example, if it comes down to it and I'm trying to decide between Frozen Heart and Word of Thorns, I might go with Word of Thorns instead. But yeah, it's Fulgrim and Casual Dread. So I really haven't recruited any other leaders, I guess. Yeah, it took 2 turns to get her, so that's the only one who's named. Alright, well, moving on. Let's see, what are we at? Like 35 minutes. Alright, one more turn. Alright, we did finally get some research. We have Alteration up to level 3, and now we're going to Thaumaturgy. Casual Dread didn't find anything in Stonegrave Mountains. We're not starting off great on this. Pythium now has Coriolanus, the Emerald Lord, as the Prophet of Tullia. Oh, we get to see Agartha in action, fighting in the Impassable Mountains. Holy crap, guys. That's a pretty good force. I mean, these guys are, the Ancients, I believe, are capital only, and they're sacred. So they can only get a few of them a turn, right? But then also the Shard Guards are also sacred, also capital only, and the Ancient ones are also... All of these units are sacred, every single one of them, except for these little guys hanging out in the margins. So that's a pretty impressive army. They must have a high Dominion score. We can speed it up a little bit. They're just fighting against Wolf Tribe. They, like our Enkidu, have incredible strength. Actually, these Ancient ones have ridiculous strength, but poor attack and defense skill, but also a ton of hit points. Like 41, so more than an Enkidu. The Shard Guard... You think I'd know this because I just played these guys, but 28 hit points. Alright, these guys would do well with a Regeneration Bless. 16 protection. These guys are fantastic units. Just, oh, they're amazing. These guys are not as good, but what does make them good is they have Standard, which causes them to be inspiring to everyone else inside their unit. And this one little dude, their Pale One Captain, who's leading all these Ancient ones, he's and they're amphibious too, they're a double threat. He's just fighting these guys all by himself. It looks like he's going to survive too. It looks like he's going to make it. Yep. Look at that. Champion. They lost 4 Ancient Stone Hurlers. So, okay, they had 27, 35. They had 35 sacred units in this army. And we're only, what? Well, actually, we're about 10 turns in, right? 8, 10 turns. So that they could have amassed that much. That's fine. Alright. Alright, Annika. That's our battle. This is Nergalaresh's extended army with a little bit more archers. Now with more archers. Alright, let's see how they do. Alright. I mean, they're best at this part, right before the battle lines meet. Once the battle lines do meet, they get kind of dangerous, because they can hit our own guys. Alright, these guys are doing a very successful little flanking motion here. But I don't think 3 heavy infantry can take out an entire group of Sermon of Courage archers. Although they can if they just sit there and don't do anything. Alright. Looks like a pretty solid victory. Now we just have to see what we lost. Oh my god, the losses were horrific. We lost one of our soldiers? Oh man. And 6 of our spearmen. Why? Like that's humongous losses. Alright. An unexpected event in Amberfields. A mild winter. That's actually a good event. Lower unrest and more gold. And Erd. Same thing. Well, alright. So much for our Misfortune Dominion, I guess. Alright, so these guys actually came up and took out the undead in Livenmark. This is dangerous, because now they have... What are the odds they go to Jome? Because if they go to Jome, and we go to Jome, we're going to have to fight with them. And now we can only see what we can see. We can see their Ysian man-at-arms and infantries, but we know there's Moravak knights in there too. But that Jome is the only place we can go. Lyratos is across the river. We need to capture this. I mean, we can't we can't let them get the southern coast of this river. Right now, they can attack us from numerous areas. Let's get this up to 5. Actually, I want to get to 11 just to dissuade them from attacking us. If they think you're weak, they'll declare war on you. Oh, man, he's 3 turns away? Yeah. All right. I mean, this is a gamble here for us. Nergalaresh's troops are not amazing, as you saw. In fact, at this point, they're just mostly archers. I can only imagine these guys are going to go for Jome. I can only imagine, because what else would they do? They'd have to retreat back to Silvermark or attack me. Now, if I go to Jome and conquer it and then they attack, or vice versa, it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go to war, because I guess the AI does acknowledge that it's accidental. But, oh man, this puts us out of action too, because if they take Jome, then we have to go around this river, which means 1, 2, 3 turns. I really wish that the undead would have held up here. Would have made things so much easier for me, because then they would have had to go back to Desert of Visions. Huh. We have 30. They have roughly 30 plus the Moravak Knights that we can't see. Now we're leaving. We are leaving. Fulgrim, you're going to search for magic sites. Casual Dread is going to move over to Erebon. We're going to get some more of these ladies. And I guess another research mage is the order of the day here. Let's have some Iron Warriors just for fun and variety. Now you see, Iron Warriors are interesting because they don't cost much more in terms... Well, actually they do, actually. 16 gold versus 22. But the resources are the same as the Spearmen. But where they are really expensive is in recruitment points. You can see here there's 17 recruitment points, where these guys are only 9, and even these guys are only 15. So that's why recruitment points are important. But in this case, we have a ton. So it's not that big a deal. Alright, so... Okay, our new Erish Gallon, or Erish Dinger, I don't know where I got Erish Gallon from, is going to be Argos, or Argos. And we'll take up the torch from Casual Dread in protecting our capital from misfortune events. Although right now Alga is doing a much better job of it, but she's going to be leaving soon. So here, let me show you why I like the NCs, right? So first off, let's, do we have Iron Skin yet? Yes, we do. Okay, Iron Skin's good. Servant of Courage is good. And now instead of the Earth one, we're going to do Protection. Alright, watch this. So we get these ladies here. We put them here. And now we can do a line formation. So set them up here. Hold and attack closest. So they can essentially just serve to deflect arrows. Then we take our regular spearmen, throw them in a line. Let's see, our higher level spearmen. Okay, so 53. Well, we'll take 3 away. So 50. Actually, Berlantis has a pretty good... He's got some experience. So we're going to do a line out of these guys too. And we'll put them a little bit behind. So what these guys do is they stop flankers, or at least that's the hope. And then finally, we follow up with a line of archers. Only 10. Again, I'm not too fond of the archers. So let's hold and fire. Cavalry. In case we have Ys coming after us. And finally, 5 bodyguards. And see how everybody's morale is now to 0 from 1? But if you put them at guard commander, everyone's morale is now back to 1, and these guys are a bodyguard squad. And what's really cool is you don't have to move them separately. They follow him wherever he goes. And then, of course, we have Aga of Kish, who's going to get her own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason I do 5 is because that's the max you can do for bodyguards. And she is going to Divine Blessing. Then... A lot of options here. We don't have liquid body yet. I thought we had body ethereal. Guess I'm wrong. So really all we can do with her is iron skin, which is fine. Still a good spell. I mean, she has plenty of hit points. She's going to be in the back. The worst thing that's going to happen to her is an arrow might hit her. So the iron skin will help with that. And from there, we'll just Word of Thorns. That seems to be a good go-to for us. Cast spells. And we're going to put her with him. All right, so this army is set to go. I just want Ursula out because until Ursula comes out, our blessing does not include the regeneration. Although we could probably still take the throne even without Ursula. And you know, since we're being stymied here in the south, plans have kind of changed, right? And I think it might be in our best interest to move forward. All right, this has already lost its because of the heat dominion, I think, because of the throne that was caught. No, still winter 1. Okay. 90 barbarians? That's a lot of barbarians. Heavy infantry I'm not worried about. You know what, though? We don't have time. We don't have time to wait for Ursula, unfortunately. We'll just have to deal without the regeneration. All the other bless effects still apply. If we go down here to Nurgle, we get reinvigoration, shock resistance, precision, and morale. Which the reinvigoration will help them. I'm just going to do it. We have to do it. And then we have to take Isurian. And that'll actually put us in a good position to move south. I was going to move north because it's all this free territory ready for us, but I'm a little nervous about it. All right, we're good here. All right, the Impassable Mountains have been captured, so let's head on to Lombaria. Okay, let's head up here to see if anybody has this throne or what's going on over there. Gnome Peaks, still nothing over here. Let's head up to this throne here in Azamar. That reminds me, in a previous Let's Play, one of my viewers, it was probably one of the most hilarious things I've seen. They actually did a newspaper, like a one-page newspaper called the Azamar Press, and it was about what was going on in the game. And I was hoping that he would do one like every few episodes to kind of summarize what was taking place, but it was he only ever did the one. But it was so good. It had like 5 different articles. Oh, that was great. That was probably one of the best things. I mean, people have given me artwork, people have given me stories, but that was something unique and really, really fun. All right, Madame Mew. I'm going to keep you in Jome, actually, to see if they do attack it, and if so, how they do. But then if they do conquer Jome, I might pull you back. I don't know. But that's that, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone over time. Wow, we've really gone over time. So, once again, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I'm Marcus Aurelius. Please check out the stories in the comments. They are super, super good. This is Dominions 5, Warriors of the Faith. We are Uruk, led by the great and majestic Queen of Dirt, Ursula. Praise her. I want you all to have a wonderful day, go out, do amazing things, and have a good one.